We are in Riverside, California, and we're going to show you the fun things you can do here. We're at Mission Inn Museum, and we'll be going on a guided tour of the hotel.
This 75-minute walking tour explores the art, artifacts, architecture, and history of Mission Inn.
We just entered the courtyard, and one fact the tour guide told us is that this covering thing, it extended all the way to the train station, so people getting off the train could come here in comfort with a little bit of shade. The Mission Inn was never one of the 21 California missions, but it was designed to look like it. This is a statue of Frank Miller, the founder of the Mission Inn, and he was responsible for creating Riverside County, which was carved out of San Bernardino and San Diego counties, because he thought Riverside was important enough to be its own county. I looked at the Google reviews for this place and it mentioned Christmas lights. And apparently when I was little, I've been here and there's Christmas lights decked out here. So that seems really cool and I would want to see it for myself again. This is the Nanjing bell, and Mr. Miller was a huge fan of bells. He had hundreds of bells in his collection. Behind me is the Wall of Presidents, which has portraits of those who visited the Mission Inn. And Nixon over here is notable because he was married here. Now we're going in the Grand Parisian Ballroom, which used to be the music room.
Now the St. Cecilia Chapel holds about 12 people, so it's good for small weddings. It's named after, again, the patron saint of music, and we have this beautiful replica of a bas-relief done in 1491 by the famous artist Donatello.
We're in one of the other chapels, which has many different representations of faith, and it's non-denominational. There's all the Catholic saints and figures there, and then over here is a Jewish menorah. I think that's Islam over there. And that is the Mission Inn tour.
This place is actually really fancy and there's a lot more to explore, but there's different sections like Japanese, Mexican, and then a bunch of dining places along the way.
I really like this place, and it's probably the most impressive inn I've ever been to just because all of the rooms have really different and unique artwork. The best part was overlooking the courtyard from the upper floors and seeing all the mission-style architecture. Our next stop is the Cheech Marin Center for Chicano Art and Culture. This museum is founded by actor Cheech Marin, and his collection has toured 50 contemporary art museums that have previously unsuccessfully tried to install Chicano art.
This piece behind me, wherever you stand, it's a different art piece. So if you were to change your angle to over there, you will see a totally different image.
We're gonna check the Beyond Myself, Somewhere I Wait for My Arrival exhibit. Judith Hernandez, the artist of this gallery, is the first Chicana artist to have a solo exhibition outside of the Western United States. She does a lot of artwork about social and political topics. Most of these artworks probably have names in Spanish, and this one is El Llanto, which means crying, because it's a funeral. The animals in this one look interesting. It's called The Desert Where Dreams Die. This is the beginning of sin, so it's like Adam and Eve. There's the serpent.
So what I realized is all these artist paintings are mainly pretty gloomy colors like blue, black, and white. But in this one, there's a bit, the fish are entering, so I think it's showing a sign of hope.
This is La Última Cena, the Last Supper, but it's a very different Last Supper. I really like this piece. There's skeletons at the center, but they're having such a grand old time, and there's 3D cutouts like those palm trees or whatever angel thing is flying up there.
The skeletons are forming a mariachi band. Except I don't really remember a harp being in a mariachi band. This piece right here is a game of tic-tac-toe.
This is called Los Muertos. I think that means the dead.
I don't know what happened with that tree or whatever that is. And why is there a snowman? I have no idea what's happening.
This is a painting of Cheech as a king. It's called It's a Brown World After All. This is called Los Baratas, which means the cheap ones. And they're handmade grocery store signs. This gallery is called Cheech Collects Anniversary Edition, and it depicts different neighborhoods and social gatherings. This is one of the most colorful oil paintings I've ever seen. This is based on Echo Park in LA, which is that park with the swan boats. This is called The Arrest of the Paleteros. I think paleteros are the people selling popsicles, like paleta. There's all the police gathered around them, and then in the lake there's just a turtle over there, and there's this guy with a balloon running away. Freeway Wars. I really like the freeway art. It's just so colorful. Look at that, and then look at these little ramps and overpasses. And that one too. It just looks so fun. And that is the Cheech Marin Center for Chicano Art and Culture.
My favorite section was the bottom because it had a lot of cool Mexican art.
The first floor gallery of this museum is one of the best art galleries I've ever seen. And probably the most impressive Chicano art I've ever seen. Everything was so happy and colorful. Your ticket from the Cheech Museum is good for the Riverside Art Museum as well, so that's where we're heading to. And it's only a 2-minute walk away. Time to check out Riverside Art Museum.
Founded in 1967, this museum is located in a former YWCA building.
This is Kansas Samurai. This seat arrangement is really unique because we're eye level to the art piece.
So all the art on this wall is from Central Middle School, so they're all by kids. And then if you keep moving down, it'll tell you which middle school, and then they also rank the art. So this one got second place.
Whoa, first place. Dang.
Oh, it's Kermit the Frog. It's Kermit the Frog.
Plastic bodies. What? And that's the Riverside Art Museum.
My favorite part was the photography part where artists took many different photos and hung them on the wall.
I liked the section where they had a bunch of different middle schools get their students to submit art, and a lot of the student art was actually really impressive. Now we are at the Riverside Heritage House.
This elegant 1891 Victorian home imagines life in turn of the 20th century Riverside.
We are going to tour downstairs as well as upstairs of the Heritage House.
All the wood here is original and hand carved except for this mantel. This is Mrs. Bettner, and she lived in this house. The house was built 132 years ago.
When Mrs. Bettner had her house built, it was wired for electricity, but there was not electrical service in this part of Riverside until around 1906.
This is the parlor, and here's a portrait of Miss Bettner's son who died from tuberculosis. And they painted this after he passed away, and the watch fob, which is that thing around his neck, it has a spider shadow to indicate that he died. They have this door that leads to outside, so if someone wants to take a smoking break or just get some fresh air, they can step out there and then come back to the party.
Are framed with redwood. Love. I'm going to pass around a picture of Robert Bettner on his polo pony.
This is what they dress to play tennis, but it does not look like athletic gear at all. This is the largest Bible I've ever seen. We're in the sitting room, and this piece represents Chinese artwork. And the thing about this house and a lot of Victorian homes is they had a lot of Asian artifacts in it, or Asian items, because people like collecting. This is the servants' quarter, and this is the secret staircase he used to get to the kitchen. This is Sam, the Chinese servant, and this is his bedroom. This is the bathroom, and everything here is original except for the tub.
So this is where when Sam would come down from his quarters, and this is where the staircase ends.
And this is the cool room, which has brick to insulate it and an ice box. On the porch they have a washboard, but they also have a washing machine. And that is the Riverside Heritage House.
My favorite part was the servants' quarter because it's really cool how he got his own secret staircase.
I liked how informational the tour was, and we learned a lot about the history of the area, like how Riverside used to be such a huge citrus producer. Now we are at California Citrus State Historic Park. The Visitor Center tells the history of citrus and how it got here.
Nut? Just take a few and put them in your mouth and chew on it.
What do they taste like?
Gross.
Tastes pretty good, actually.
What does it taste like?
Gross.
Brother just tried buckwheat. This is an Australian finger lime, and when you open it, it looks like caviar. It's also really expensive. Each one is around $1. There's so many citrus trees that this is what I would imagine an Orange County postcard to look like, but we're in Riverside County, not Orange County. This is the Gages Canal, and it has water coming down from the mountains, but the thing is that the decline is a very smooth grade, which means that the water's not running super quickly, and this is what the farmers use to water their crops, of course. This is a Mexican lime, and if this were planted in Florida, it would be called a key lime because it's the exact same thing.
Now there's a tasting here. Now we have a citrus tasting. First one. That was pretty good. This one is fully orange. This one's the definition of orange right here. It tastes a lot like a tangerine, but it does have that orangey taste.
And I gave him mine because I don't like citrus. And that is the California Citrus State Historic Park.
My favorite part was the citrus tasting. All throughout the tour, you are able to sample all types of yummy fruits.
I like learning about the different plants, and there were some types of citrus that I had never known about, especially the caviar. So even though I don't like eating oranges, if we ever do come on this tour again and we're able to try them, I would want to try that caviar plant. Our next stop is Castle Park. At Castle Park, they have rides and mini golf, and you can get tickets for either or both.
First, we're going on Dragon Flyer. This one spins in circles, and there's a paddle in the front to control how high and low you go.
Okay, tilt it. Start tilting it. Oh my god! Oh my god! Ah! We're over the fence!
Now we're going on Castle Park Railroad.
This ride was designed by Bud Hurlbut, and he also designed the log ride at Knott's Berry Farm.
Oh, Terry Bison.
Bison! Look, you can get wet in that ride.
That's like log ride. Next, we're gonna play some mini golf.
We just found out there's 4 courses. The guy said that course number 3 is the best, especially at nighttime.
Oh, let's go!
Whoa.
2.
No!
Oh!
Oh!
Of course. 6.
Oh! Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know.
Oops.
Oh!
Oh.
Oh! There we go. 1, it curved.
Oh. Whoa. Go down,
Go!
go down, go down, go down, go down.
Of course.
1.
My turn. Not too hard. Let's go. There we go.
And that is Castle Park.
My favorite part was the mini golf because they have 4 different courses. We only got to do 1 today, but they all seem pretty interesting, and there's a lot of cool things that they put up around the courses.
If we had known how many mini golf courses there were here, I probably would have wanted to schedule some extra time to do more of them. They have like an Old West town, they have an international section. There's a lot of mini golf. And also the rides too. I wish we had more time for that. Like the little log ride with the water where you can get wet. That's one that I would want to go on. But yeah, Castle Park has a lot to do and a very fun purple dragon mascot. Our final stop is Mount Rubidoux.
This is a 3.2-mile loop trail that grants you fantastic views of Riverside.
The trail is 3.2 miles with 500 feet of gain, and it says this should take an hour and a half. The good thing is that this is all paved. We're gonna hike up to the crossover there, and there's also an American flag and a tower. I like how the walk up is very gradual, so it doesn't even really feel like you're going uphill. Look at the sun over there. It's a good idea to come at sunset. The cross is just there. The sun has set behind the clouds. At the top of Mount Rubidoux, there are 3 main things to see. One is the American flag, the other is this tower, and the third is the cross. Since it's nighttime now, they've turned on the lights in the tower. The clouds are beautiful right now. There's an Easter sunrise service tradition here, starting in 1909. And that is Mount Rubidoux.
I really like the great view that's all around. You can get a 360 panoramic, and it's a nice hike.
If you come, definitely come during sunset. It'll make it 100 times better, because like I'm just imagining coming in the summer when it's 90 degrees, and that would not be a pleasant hike at all. But in the conditions we came today, this is an amazing place. And the trail up here is easy and accessible.
See you in the next video. Bye.